So, I wanted to talk about Wayward really quick. Thank you, Mae Martin. Thank you, Toni Collette. You guys killed it. I mean, it was like, I've been studying the troubled teen industry for 3 years. My school was one of the ones that made many of the ones that are still possibly running today. That is part of my work, but so many survivors of the troubled teen industry felt seen by Wayward. Especially my school. I have several Facebook groups dealing with CEDU. One has a private message, group, and that one has been on fire just from people, talking to me for the first time, like, ever, since the last time I saw them at CEDU in the 90s, and they're like, holy shit, talking to me about this, and it's because of, Wayward. A lot of my friends are pissed off about it, and I understand why. I do not feel that way. I have been told about so many other CEDU documentaries that never got to come out in the almost 3 years that I've been trying to make my CEDU documentary. And then mine is in the name of Liam Sheff. My documentary is in the name of Surviving CEDU, the documentary that just lives in clips on YouTube that Liam Sheff made and put out, like, right when fucking YouTube was a real thing. I got in touch with him, so did many survivors, after they saw the clips on YouTube to be a part of the real full film. It never came out. I was also helping Liam possibly make a part of the soundtrack for Surviving CEDU. He lost his life. Some people think it was CEDUicide. I do not know. But I got back online. I was offline for like 5 years, and then when I came back online after COVID, I met Jordan and realized that there's still a set of schools called WASP that basically used a lot of CEDUisms in it, like the character stretch. They did weird CEDU shit, but it was fucking bastardized and brutalized to be just a nonsensical fucking nightmarish brainwashing. And it was brainwashing when we had it, but it was therapeutic brainwashing. It was really hippie, transcendental, fucking meditative, like magical behavioral modification brainwashy shit. But when it got to the other schools, it was torture. And you kind of see that in Wayward, because in the episode where they show the hot seat, when we had raps, which was basically what the game is, if you know what Synanon is. In Synanon, they had the game, which was attack therapy. In Wayward, they show attack therapy. They show the hot seat at CEDU. I don't know if you remember. I only remembered by watching Wayward and seeing hearing the words hot seat. If you were the one being interrogated, you were on the hot seat. And the whole part about living your life at CEDU was you never wanted to be on the hot seat. And that was even in our, lingo, was that, you have to be good so you don't get on the hot seat. You have to interrogate somebody else, therefore you don't get interrogated because you didn't want to be in the hot seat. So yeah, it's fucking pretty crazy that they said a couple of really like crucial words. Like they said, like when Toni Collette said, "Who wants to run their anger?" They did it a little differently. For us, running our anger was us getting like screaming at the floor about our own emotions. The way that they depicted it in Wayward was different. They said, there was like when they were going into the hot seat in Wayward, when somebody said, just be glad, or hope that nobody has any dirt on you, they used that word correctly to CEDU terms. And then the kicker, the biggest one was that brochure in the beginning when it said, see what you are and do something about it. Basically, that's the fucking CEDU motto, is that was the thing that every CEDU person started calling me or texting me and being like, I cannot believe it. So, there was an obvious CEDUism Just even with that fucking, even just with that brochure, it was Sea-Doo all over it. Yeah, I just wanted to make something quick that I could put online because, I knew that Wayward was gonna feel, like this, like the Institute. Like, there's also the Institute, you guys, and nobody's really watching it, I don't think, or making the connection that I feel that Stephen King wrote the Institute for the survivors of the troubled teen industry to have something to get over it. Because when I read the Institute, in the end, the kids destroy the fucking school with their fucking magical telekinesis powers that the government gave them, or amplified by sending them to this place called the Institute. Sorry to give away the ending. But the thing is that I had something in my dreams to go to, or it was just like, after I read The Institute by Stephen King, I don't have fucking nightmares about being in Sea-Doo anymore. The Institute is not as, like, you feel like you're, it's not as, like, it's not as representative of, just the troubled teen industry as Wayward is, but the Institute's fantastic too. But I just wanted to, say that, like, I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I know about at least 12 other Sea-Doo documentaries that never got to get made. And if there are people that want to help a fucking real great Sea-Doo documentary get made, find me. I am open to talk to anybody. Like, if you are an opportunist and you can help, I do not care. If you know what Sea-Doo was like, you know how important the story is, and it has to be told. This has been very hard for me for a very long time. I'm not going to stop until it's over. But, I would like help. So if there are people that are willing to help, I am widely open to any help. If you're my friend from Sea-Doo, please call me and say hello. If you miss me, I'm, always there for you. And if you remember this from my life, call me and talk to me about it too. All right. I'll see you, Sea-Doo survivors. Goodbye.